it's Shar and Sunny, and oh boy, I'm very interested in quantum physics. I'm very interested in electromagnetic energy healing, and I have somebody today who is a leader in quantum energetics, and her name is JenHealy. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Shar. Pleasure to be here.
So, okay, so you focused your mastery on bridging the gap between science and spirituality, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then it dawned on me. Your last name is really Healy, Healy, or did you change that?
Yes, that is my name. I didn't change that to a spiritual name or anything like that. My name is actually JenHealy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Well, when I was in engineering and physics, no one kind of picked up on it. The only jokes that came out of childhood were more like helium, and things like that. But then,
no one, I recognized it immediately because you're a healer.
Well, I am now. Yes, it was a long journey to get here. And I do call my practice Zen Healyng, mainly because it rhymes, but it's also because it really represents the practice that I do and like the clever similarity between the words.
And so you're dedicated to advancing the healing arts through a blending of spirituality, somatics, nutrition, yoga, therapy, dance movement, and meditation with the sciences. And your love for geometry and quantum physics inform and inspire your work. So this is amazing. But what did I read earlier? That the most important thing is to be happy.
Yes, to experience more joy.
To experience more joy.
Yeah. I really do believe that this next wave of conscious evolution is coming through embodied, empowered play. And that's how important it is to play and have fun and to enjoy our lives. And it's guaranteed.
I totally agree.
Yeah. It's guaranteed. Yeah, go ahead, please.
No, I just totally agree. So, well, just because when you're happier and you have more fun, and then people want to be around you because your energy's joyous.
Yeah. That's part of it. And I can guarantee that the biggest increase that you can do for your personal health and well-being is to be more joyful and to have more fun.
So tell us exactly what you do.
Okay. The many things I do.
So
okay. Well, the thing is now that I feel like I'm fully dedicated to my path and connected to source, like I can't stop creating. Honestly, I just love the work you do and what you bring through for people, because my entire life has been about teaching energy. Right, and taking my experience, my background in electrical engineering and physics, and really spiritualizing the material by having that scientific backbone to bring forth more spirituality. So for me, what I've learned is that energy, vibration, it dictates and it controls all of our choices, our thoughts, our actions, our behavior, particularly our language. I really focus a lot on teaching people the vibrational potency of language and how important it is for us to bring that into our daily lives as a practice. So my job, I feel like my mission for being here is to bridge the science with the spirituality and the healing arts with technology, and give people play practices, give them movement, embodiment practices in order to improve their lives.
You're like a spiritual, energetic life coach.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that.
And so how do you do that?
Well, my
example.
Well, we'll start forward and move backwards, because we can go in both directions, like what got me here and then where am I at now. The latest creation that I've come up with is called the RX program. It's Aerial Yoga RX. So I design this specific style of yoga swing to help people go deeper into yoga practices. Yes?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Go ahead.
So what I do is I take yoga and something that people are familiar with and give them a practice that they can do that's fun, that's easy, that's accessible. So I make these yoga swings to help them to go deeper into the way that they move their body, with back bends, inversions, just simple lunges, things like that. So I call it Aerial Yoga RX because it's more of a therapeutic practice than like Cirque du Soleil. Although I do love Cirque du Soleil, don't get me wrong, it's my favorite. But I wanted to give people something that they could do every day, that they could take home with them. You can hang up this swing in your home and practice every day. And it's really fun. It's really playful and it feels good. So AirX has been one of my latest creations, but that's, 20 years later, after kind of dedicating my life to the healing arts and advancing the healing practices with electromagnetic therapy and different technologies, and then realizing I was 20 years ahead of my time. So no one understood what I was talking about. They all thought it was like voodoo magic. So instead of people having to buy a device that's like $5,000 or, work with something that they really don't understand, I started building out more and more kind of embodiment practices and routines that people could do on a daily to open up their energy field. I call it activating the human body field through play. I have a whole presentation called Quantumplation that I was actually at the conference where we met. That's what I was leading with, was the Quantumplation, activating the human body field through play. And it really just invites people to experience their body in a new way, to feel like they can boost their energy levels and to get a really hold better relationship to their health and well-being.
And so a lot of this has to do with attitude then?
Oh, everything has to do with attitude, for sure. Like you said, when people are happy, they're way more pleasant to be around, for sure. But, yeah.
And also, dance like nobody's looking, sing like nobody's listening, whatever that saying is, just be free to have fun.
Yeah, and the thing is that I go around mostly as a scientific expert, giving people permission to play and to feel good, because we really think joy and fun is frivolous. We really have to convince people of the significance of it by give them scientific studies and things like that, of the importance of hanging upside down and movement. And it really should be a lot easier to convince each other that being happy and being joyful is really the most potent medicine that we could be ingesting every day.
I agree with you. I think if I'm not having fun, I don't want to do it.
Exactly. And people won't do it. And it's the same with meditation. I create these different guided meditation techniques to make meditation accessible and more enjoyable for people to practice. And it has to be fun. It has to be enjoyable. It has to be something you look forward to doing every day.
Right. I agree with you. And then,
thanks.
So have you used any quantum or any new machines that are electromagnetic energy machines at all, or have you used them, or you don't use them?
Oh yeah, my main practice is Zen Healyng and Healing Technologies. I've been running that company for 20 years. So I'm sorry, what?
What are the machines you use?
Well, the main one that I've been using right now is called the NES Health System. It's NES. But I have 6 different technologies that I use in combination in my practice. So I have a quantum wave laser, a biomat, a beamer, a life stream generator, the EPFX, and the NES, the NES Health System. So I use them all in combination.
You know what I bought 35, 40 years ago? One of the original Rife machines.
Yeah, I was going to say the Rife technology. Yeah, which is frequency modulation. It's a great machine, but you do have, yeah.
Does it still work like that old machine?
Well, frequency modulation is different than working with the quantum field. There are two, frequency modulation is individual frequencies, within a certain range or spectrum. And then I considered the field is a collection of frequencies. Every line on a football field, if you collected those lines, it would make up the whole field. So we want to move away from frequency modulation into working with the entire field, or scalar. Scalar wave is another word that people are more familiar with that describes quantum energetics.
And okay, so you're when you talk about holistic, you're dealing with the whole body.
Oh, absolutely. Every system, function, and energy field has to be working simultaneously and harmoniously.
Work with chakras as well?
Yeah, of course. Well, chakras are the energy systems that actually overlay the endocrine system and connect to the astral plane. So the chakra system is one of the more popular systems that we're familiar with. That is the entrance to turning on the endocrine system, or the glands and the hormones that are the energy managers of the body. So they're actually really important.
So what advice can you give us to do at home to amalgamate the spiritual and the physical bringing them together.
Right. Well, of course, meditation is the most powerful and popular practice we have, but it's not just one dimension. Like our health and our healing requires not only paying attention to what we're thinking and what we're eating and what we're doing, you know, who we're talking to, what we're saying, how we're feeling, what practices are we doing. We have to really do like, I call it a comprehensive healing approach, where we're addressing every aspect and level of our being. That's why it can't just be one thing.
Right. So you're saying meditation is the wisest thing for all of us to work on every day.
Well, you know, you want to meditate. For me, I have a practice of meditating a half hour in the morning and then a half hour at night. But then you have another 23 hours in the day in which you want to be like your best human. So we want to collect like a whole toolbox of practices.
And do you do any kind of prayer work in that, like praying or sending away any negative energies if they're around, or what do you?
I would say that I pray like every minute. I would say like in every moment I would be like tuning and toning my field to the highest version of myself. And I have different practices that I do for that, different empowerment coaching practices.
I like you. That attitude, and I like that how you do this and what you do with it.
Oh, thank you.
It's because you never know what energies are around, so we always have to like recheck ourselves.
Every single moment is a choice point. Every single moment. Yeah.
I say people have energetic baggage.
Who does?
People.
Every single person I've ever met has energetic baggage. There's not one person.
and then because they have energetic baggage, they also have spirits around them that may be good and may be bad. You know, because they're not protecting themselves.
Right. Well, every spirit has its own agenda, and we assign good or bad to it. So we want to get in tune with what's the best version for us to be experiencing and call in those energies. You know, it's just a basic energetic matching or entrainment that we do with the people we spend time with and in our environment.
So if somebody comes to you and they say, I need to fine tune myself, like using a pitchfork to tune an instrument.
Yes.
A piano. What's the first thing I can do?
Well, I have a whole protocol, and it's very unusual, I will tell you. Like when people come in to see me, of course we have a conversation, but then the first thing I do is I hang them upside down. Like it's like you really have to shift your entire perspective, and this is what I use the yoga swing for. If you turn your body upside down 3 to 5 minutes every day, you're going to rebalance your chakras, your endocrine system, your brain function, your hormones. Like you can't stay in the same version of reality and have a shift in your health. So it's really a change in perspective as well as reshifting every energy field in your body.
What if you just go like up on your shoulders?
If you did it with me, I promise you not only would it be fun, but it would be easy. But yeah, you can hang off the edge of your bed. You can sit upside down on your couch. I really don't care how you do it. Go to the monkey bars every day, you know, go to a playground. But my swings and what I created with this program makes like the fastest and most effective shifts in your body. That's what I'm all about. And then after that, I get somebody on the table and work with the electromagnetic therapies to rebalance the field, because you have to clear out the energy body. I call it like flushing the toilet, right? You have to flush both your physical, mental, emotional, psychic, and spiritual bodies daily. And people are so clogged, you know, they're so congested. And